It's not that easy, and we also spoke about it's not that cheap, but there are platforms in which you say you pay 50 euros, for example, and you are allowed to use the platform, and then you have to take charge of the meta costs. So you have to pay meta an additional fee for each message, and it differs because, well, when you have a marketing message, just hey, come, this is the Black Friday deal. That's the most expensive message. Marketing messages are the most expensive. You also have service messages like hey, this is a notification about your about this event. Hey, we scheduled a meeting at 3:00. Be there, something like that. It's a cheaper notification. So there is a price difference between different kind of notification, different kind of messages.
Correct.
So that's to keep in mind, and it is possible to do it for 100 euros. But also said to make it a little bit more complicated. You also are the WhatsApp business communities, community like I have. I have a group of a couple of hundreds of WhatsApp business professionals in my community, and you have to use the WhatsApp Messenger app, so the normal one. You can't do it with the WhatsApp Business app. You can't do it with WhatsApp Business API. So you can do it with WhatsApp Messenger app, and that one is that's for managing the communities. In the future, there will be an integration with the API and the community. But certainly, when you want to manage a community, you can't do it with the WhatsApp Business app, and also not with the WhatsApp Business API. Yeah. It gets more complicated. So to conclude, it is sometimes a little bit complicated, but people like us, and we are talking about it to get it a little bit less complicated.
No, and I think that's the reason companies should contact with someone like you, like Erwin, because I mean it's not like there is not a straight answer. There is no yes or no answer. It's like, okay, let's see what you want to do. Let's see how you want to deploy it. Let's see what are the resources. Let's see what's your backend. Let's see how it's because it's all based on different scenarios. Like I mean, you may use WhatsApp API for XYZ, but maybe you need to have WhatsApp for these other cases.
Yeah, and it's complicated, but not always. It's expensive, but not always. So that also depends on the situation, and that's why I try to inform people about what's possible and how it's possible. That's why I also say, okay, you can. I review platforms, for example. And these are the intermediary platforms between the API and the client. So you don't have to be a developer and go directly to Meta to make your own platform and make your own API connection. That is possible, but not recommendable. So, but you go to a software platform that has all the work done for you. And these platforms, they all have their own focus. For some platforms, for example, have a customer support focus. So when you need a customer support solution, go to them. Other have e-commerce solution. So you want to connect your web shop, WooCommerce or Shopify. Then you have to go to a platform built on the WhatsApp Business API that is focused on commerce. And go on and on, marketing, sales, for example, funneling, notifications. All these platforms have their own niche.
Yeah.
And that's why I reviewed them. So you can click, what do I need? I need a platform for customer support. I need a pricey one or a cheap one. Pricey, for example, when you need GDPR compliance. Then the more expensive ones, they mostly took attention for it, and the cheaper ones less. So, for example, you can select what do you need, and then you get the platform I reviewed, which I think is best for you.
No, that's fantastic, and I think someone like is independent and can tell you what is good, what is bad, which one you should use, which one you should not. I think that's the value of your work, and I think it's highly recommended. Because otherwise, each vendor is going to tell you like, yes, we are the best. You should go with us.
And that's the problem now. There is no comparison platform at the moment. So everyone says, it's the best, come to me. And and the prices are very different. So
yeah. But I mean, can you tell us some, or I don't know if you can share the screen with your website, so we can take a look at what users can expect when they visit your website and how they can browse different solutions, so they can see more or less what we are talking about, because this is like you can choose. Yes. Let me put it here. Okay, so that's fantastic. So this is your
This is my personal website. It's like the platforms I reviewed. They get an overall score, and the overall score is altogether the pricing, the features, the usability, the company. So I give a score to each facet of the company. And in total, you get an overall score. So these are important companies worldwide which offer the WhatsApp API connection. Now, for example, when I say now most have broadcasting. Broadcasting is when you send bulk messages, a message to, let's say, 1,000 of your contacts, you send them one message. That's broadcasting. Now, most of them have. So, but you have a selection of the broadcasting companies. But for example, there are also omni-channel. They provide several channels within one platform. Some companies use it because they say, okay, but I have also Facebook and Instagram messages. I have also email that I want to integrate. And some say, no, I just want a WhatsApp channel. So, for example, when I'm in education, I'm a school, for example, and I only want a WhatsApp solution. So I click on the WhatsApp only, and then I get the platforms that only offer a WhatsApp solution. So, for example, this to give you an example, for example, this is WhatsApp, for example, and WhatsApp has a score of 70. But when you see it, the features, they are not that advanced, but in pricing, they are very cheap. Usability and support, no, not so much. And company ook not so much. It's a very small company, for example. But nevertheless, and other companies have the same score, but they have excellent features, but very less attractive pricing. So it depends on what you are looking for.
Exactly. About pricing, I mean, so people also can understand, what we are talking about. What do you see in the price range? Normally, what we see normally is price per agent, right? I would say that's the standard, no?
Yeah, it's price per agent, but it really depends. There are also platforms that charge conversational pricing, so only a pricing per message.
Yeah.
But it depends. I would say I can't tell you upfront because every platform chooses its own direction. But you have to take account between, let's say, 50 euros and 1,000 euros. The more expensive platform charge 1,000 euros a month, and the more cheap platforms, they charge, let's say, 50 euros a month. And then you have also the cheaper platforms with less features that they charge much less, for example. But
I think less than 50. It's hard to
find. You have to count with the WhatsApp meta costs, which are around 5 or 10 cents. It depends on the region where you're in and type of messages. So let's say if you are sending 500 messages a month for not such a big company, or let's say